What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about two different stocks today. We're going to talk about SpaceX, and because there's not a whole lot to talk about with SpaceX, we will also talk about Tesla. There's a lot to talk about with both of them, but in terms of the charts, there's not a lot to talk about with SpaceX. So let's get into it. It is the 25th day of June. Here we are at $154 closing price yesterday, $158 pre-market hours. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Let's get into it, okay? We're going to start off by looking at the 15-minute time frame, and then we'll go from there. So this is your post-market, pre-market sessions, and then the non-colored columns. That is the regular market session hours. Okay, so again, the idea here from the top, the all-time high that happened on the 16th of June there, is that as we've dropped, you can see that we're going lower here, volume came in. You're going lower here, volume came in. Every single time that we've gone lower, and whenever we move up, in fact, there's no volume going up, but there's only volume. Volume comes in as we're moving down. Volume here started to come in as we're moving higher now. This whole way down, all the way to the low, volume only came in when we went lower. Until here, we went lower here, and there was no volume. Then we started to move up, and there was volume. There was volume there. A lot of volume. Yes, that's a big peak of red. That doesn't mean that that's all selling, though. Red, green, don't think of it. It'd be better. This volume would actually serve you better. I like to keep it red and green just because of whatever. But this volume would serve you better if it was all the same color, right? If you looked at it like that. Treat it like this. Don't treat it like red and green. Treat it like this. More volume came in as we were moving higher, right? Volume started to come in here as we're moving higher. It's different. It's different behavior. And conveniently, that different behavior started from the high to the low. What we consistently saw is high volume on the selling points, to now we're getting high volume after the low on these buying points. And it's not as dramatic as the selling was, but it is different. It is different. And with or without that volume, with or without looking at it in that shape, you can see the price itself. Around the same time that the volume started acting differently, the price itself started acting differently, didn't it? Didn't it? So there's the idea here that a relative low has been found, at least in my opinion, and that we probably do see some recovery. Now, not a lot of recovery. Don't get too excited. RSI started doing different things too. Lower highs, lower lows. Now you're getting higher lows, higher highs, right? A little bit of a different thing there. The RSI can't really go above 100, so you're probably not going to go too much higher, but you look bullish right now on the 15-minute RSI. It's the 15-minute, though. That can change like that. Stochastics have reset. You still look bullish on the RSI. They've reset here. You're ready to go up. Instead of getting oversold for troughs like this, you're actually bouncing off your oversold zone. I expect that here. Your MACD actually looks bullish, too, on the 15-minute time frame. We look at the 1 hour. And again, very obvious that now you're doing something different. This could be a bear flag. It could be a bear flag. This could be a bearish pennant, whatever. We could break to the downside. It is possible. Watch for the volume, right? Whenever you break through this and volume comes in, that's how you know that, okay, this might not be a low. We might be going lower. But personally, call me crazy, on a multi-trillion-dollar asset from a high to a low, whenever you drop 34, 35% in about a week's time, I think that might be a good place to bounce. You're at your IPO level in price. That might be a good place to bounce. And so far, it actually has been a good place to bounce. If it is from a high to a low, one could expect, and I do expect, that we'll see a standard retracement. A standard retracement, typically, not always, but typically, takes you to the 382 to the golden ratio area, something in this zone. That puts you at $173 at a minimum to $197 at a maximum. And of course, because this is a new listed IPO'd project stock, it's not a new stock by any means, but just new IPO'd, you can definitely see more volatility than that. You could definitely go higher. Do not think that SpaceX is absolved of going above $200. It certainly can, but the most statistical target area would be anywhere from 173 to 197. If I really had to guess, and I am going to guess, I'm going to say that we go toward this 190 to $200 level. That's personally what I think is going to happen. And the main reason for that is this gap here on the daily time frame gets filled at 192. That daily gap getting filled there. And typically you don't just hit that level and then reject. You go a little bit through it typically, not always. Maybe you do hit it exactly. It just happens to be right there at the base of our golden ratio zone. We name it as a zone. We give it to the 0.69, 0.618 to 0.69 for a reason. It's not just because here you typically find resistance, right? It's not because 0.69 is a funny number. It's because typically you do actually go a little bit through the golden ratio, and typically you don't go much past this 0.69 level. So that fills the gap, gets you in the zone. It makes sense to me. It doesn't have to make sense to you, but that's the call. Is that from here, 157, we're going to move up to 190. And the thing that I would strongly advise against, and this is not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would advise against going long here. Because again, we could be wrong. The IPO, it just IPO'd, it's volatile, it's overvalued. It's going to go lower in time. I very much believe that. I would advise against buying. I would advise against going long or buying calls. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It's just my genuine opinion. And the reason why is because, again, if we are to go crazy ballistic one direction, it's not going to be to the upside from here, Now, don't get me wrong. That's still a nice bit of bouncing, right? 22%. From here to break below this here, to get to these lows, it's 6.6%. If you're doing, spot trading, maybe that's worth it. Maybe you could have stop losses here, risk 6%. That's a little bit on the heavy side for risk. But 22%, 6 to 22, that's almost a 4 to 1 risk to reward ratio. That's pretty good. That's not bad. That's actually not bad. That's a pretty tradable moment right there. But you have to have tight stop losses, okay? Definitely stay away from leverage trading. If you're looking for a leveraged position, I would wait for it to come up here and then go short. That's my thoughts. That's my opinion. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Okay, that's SPCX. I don't think there's anything else worth talking about. Oh wait, we didn't look at the indicators on the 1 hour, did we? 1 hour time frame. Yeah, the RSI is looking bullish, guys. Stochastics look weird, but so does the price. Whenever you're moving sideways like this, the stochastics look weird. The MACD looks like it wants to cross above the zero. And you're building bullish momentum instead of decaying in bullish momentum. Good things. There are good things going on. Let's just see if when you move up higher, if some volume comes in. If we open up this new day and you move up higher and volume comes in, if it does, that backs up the point that we're probably going to go higher, guys. Okay. Anyways, Tesla time. TSLA. Let me see here. Hold on. Okay. Tesla. We don't need the early market hours for this. We're not going to look at it like that because we've got enough data. We can look at the daily time frame. So Tesla, to be expected, is not reacting positively to the SpaceX launch. The reason why is because now anybody who's investing in Tesla, they're probably going to move their money over to SpaceX, right? That's probably what's going to end. So there's money being taken out of it from there. Plus, Tesla just on its own course here, rejecting the golden ratio zone, looking like you want to come down. Tesla's probably, we'll see. There's a chance that I'm wrong here. It's probably earmarked for prices that are back below this level here, below 337. So you're at 375 now. In time, what we move down in this kind of fashion, later this year, sometime in Q3, you will likely see, if not late it is Q3. March, April, May, June. No, Q3. Yeah. It'll be Q3. Sometime in Q3, you'll probably be below $337. Okay. That'd be my guess. That's what it looks like to me. Looking at this here on the daily time frame, daily RSI does look bearish. Stochastics look bearish. The MACD just started to cross below the zero. Tesla is probably going to pick up the pace to the downside. It really already has. You are at this low level, this lower low level here. Let's look at it in a different light. Maybe I'm being too scrutinous on this little. Dude, it looks like it wants to pick up the pace soon. When I say pick up the pace, I'm talking about stuff like this, man. Stuff like this, like Tim Waltz is going to come out. Tampon Tim's going to come out again, and he's going to be like, "Oh, this makes me so happy. The Tesla's dropping. It'll be at a higher low, and then we pump from there." Wait for this signal, guys. This Tampon Tim coming out and doing his dance. Oh, what a jackass, man. Genuinely. Oh my! Could you believe that he was almost the vice president of the United States? Like, I cannot believe. Oh man, we have dodged so many bullets in the past couple of years here, you guys. Anyways, getting away from the political things. Uh, yeah, wait for Tampon Tim to do his dance. That might be the time for us to move up. Anyways, 375 right now. 375 right now. We'll probably go lower. I am very much expecting that we see some fast movements to the downside personally. We look at this from a low to a high here. 236069. Wow. I don't know, man. What I'm about to say might be crazy, but this is possible. Over time, Tesla might be working its way down to $270 and just below $268, in fact. Over time, you might be working your way down to this. When I say fast, I mean, you guys, like this, it could be the end of August and we're down at 268. Maybe it's later this year, like in like December, November, but maybe it's early next year. Maybe it takes more time. I would think by the end of this year, though, we're down at that 270 level, 265, 270, maybe even around 250. It's not uncommon to wick below the 382 and then close above it. So yeah, we could go, we could go to like 250, 245. Crazy. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me, man. RSI checks out, looks bearish. Stochastics looks bearish. The MACD looks very bearish. Wow. Yeah, rejecting the zero, coming up, rejecting the zero. You cross below it. Now you're building bearish momentum, guys. Tesla's going down. Open up your put positions. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Yeah, absolutely. Looks like, wow. It's kind of like the top is even rounding off. Wow. I think here's the real crazy call. Okay, and I'm not calling for this. It's just technically it's completely an acceptable target to assume right now. Not just 268, but something even below $200, 185, 165, the golden ratio zone. It's a possibility. It really is. Let's look at this on the monthly time frame, man. We got enough data. I mean, it's not uncommon for Tesla to stay in these long-term distributive accumulative phases. And while you have this kind of like relative double top, you also have this overall kind of double top. Like it. I don't think Tesla's at risk of going below this low. I'm not there. But going below that low, that would be awesome. That would genuinely be awesome. It would be so perfect. A perfect buying opportunity. Wouldn't be awesome for Elon and the stock bros, but man. Yeah, that fib's probably not appropriate to take. Let's see. That one might be. Right around 202. I don't know. Maybe none of those fibs are. I'm not saying that we go below $200. What I am saying is I thoroughly believe that by the end of this year, Tesla will be worth something around $270 to $250. I'm very much of that expectation. As far as below $200 goes, that might be something later, but I don't expect Tesla to go down forever. We've been consolidating for a long time. I'm sure that it'll come up as time goes on. We're not there yet, guys. Okay. Monthly time frame indicators, RSI. RSI does look like it wants to slip, man. Higher lows. You've broken out of that. It's slipping right now. Wow. Rejecting the overbought zone. You were getting into it once before. This doesn't look good. Stochastics look bad. The MACD is just now flipping red this month. Yeah. It's going to get worse. Man, it is a good time to open up some puts in Tesla. Am I able to short Tesla? Let me just see here. I mean, I'm able to short it on Robinhood, like on American exchanges, but I like to use DEXs too. Let me look and see here. Hold on. TSLA. Yep. Yep. All right. I might rather open up some put positions though. That's probably the safer bet. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. I hope you had a great day. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.